This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Nick George.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast. Are you in need of a financial education? Well, one person might be closer than you think. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Alice Moon, with How Money Works. Alice, how's it going?
It's great. How about you?
Excellent. We're excited to learn all about you and your company. Tell us about your business or practice.
Well, basically, I have been in the business for about 3.5 years, not anything that I ever thought I would do. But seeing the need for the financial education, financial illiteracy is the number one economic crisis that we have going on right now. And when you think about growing up, did your families talk about finances? Did you learn about it in school? Most of the people I talk to say no. And so what we are here is to give people the tools and the action steps to get from where they are today to where they want to be in the future. And we do it by, we teach from 4 different books. We have seminars. We meet one-on-one. Whatever fits the person's needs, we can provide that for them to get them that education. Because I personally believe that an educated person is an empowered person.
And you definitely do it 100% online if you wanted to serve our customers in the northern Colorado area, right?
Well, I am only an hour away, so I am perfectly willing to drive down to the lovely Fort Collins.
Awesome. How did you get into the business?
It came about because I ended up taking care of my mom during the last year of her life, and I was honored to be able to do so. I did inherit some money from her, but I had no idea what to do with it. And it was in the market, and at my age, I was a little uncomfortable with the market. When you're young and you can ride the ups and downs, it's great. But when you're older, you don't want to lose, what you already have. And like I said, I didn't know who to talk to. But fortunately, I had a friend who knew who I should talk to. And through my education with the people with How Money Works, I was able to learn a lot of tools and resources and be able to do something with that money where that it could continue to grow and not lose if the market should drop, which of course gave me a huge sigh of relief knowing that that was okay. And it also set up a permanent income for the rest of my life, so I don't have to worry about that, if things happen with Social Security or what have you. I at least had this part in a very secure place. And so that kind of lit me up going, if I didn't know these things, there's an awful lot of other people who don't. And I love the way that they teach people. And so I started doing it for myself as well.
Alice, what are some myths or misconceptions in your line of work?
Well, that's a good question. I think, as far as misconceptions, I think a lot of people think that, say, for example, with life insurance, they think it's more expensive than it really is and it's not necessary. But then you kind of look around and see that, something happens to somebody and they're always having to do GoFundMes because they don't have things in place to protect their family. And, especially when you start young, it's cheaper and easier to get into, and you're protected. And another thing too is, like, I don't charge anybody to give a financial education. A lot of places, a lot of the big names, I won't go into who they are, but you pay a lot of money to go in to sit with them. And then they say, well, you don't make enough or you don't have enough and we're not going to work with you. And, we're here to reach out to the 99% that haven't had that access to a financial education. And our goal is to reach 20 million people in the next decade, because we all need this information.
So who are your target customers? Do they know that they should be using you? And how do you attract them now?
Well, my target customer is anybody who uses money. But I kind of have two groups that I really like to work with. First, the really young, 18 to 25-year-olds that are getting started out on their life, and we want to get them started in the right direction at a young age, so that they can make decisions that allows their money to grow, where they can save. I can show them how to save $1 million or more by the time they retire. But I also do like to work with people that are around my age, that are at retirement or close to retirement, and maybe have ways to help them ensure that their money lasts for the rest of their life. Because actually I can't remember the statistic, but more people are worried about their money running out, during retirement than they are of actually dying. So we want to ease those fears for them.
Right. We know that marketing is the heart of every business. Have you ever thought about podcasting yours?
No, honestly, I haven't.
How are you marketing yourself now? I came across you on Alignable, but how do other people reach you that don't own businesses?
How do they reach me?
Yeah, how would they find you? How are you marketing yourself now to people? Is it through social media or just word of mouth?
Mostly by referrals. Happy customer or happy to refer their friends and families. But I also do put on seminars. Some of them I've done online, so anybody from anywhere can come. I do a lot in person. And, I have a website and information that they can look up through that. I do dabbling in the social media thing, not so great at that yet. But I do post on like Facebook and LinkedIn, and then, like you mentioned, Alignable. I meet a lot of business owners through Alignable, and we can find ways to collaborate and work together and refer each other to people.
Outside of work, what do you do for fun?
I love to hike. I have an extremely active Australian Shepherd. He loves to go cross-country skiing, and that was something that I had always wanted to do, when I was younger, and never did it. And then having to expend that dog's energy finally pushed me into going cross-country skiing. And I used to be an avid softball player, but I don't bounce anymore. So I've kind of stepped back from that a little bit. And I also really like to ride my bike, and I like to bowl as well.
This is the last tough question. We'll switch gears. Can you describe a hardship or life challenge that you overcame and how it made you stronger? You might have already done that. What comes to mind?
As far as the toughest life challenges, I would say that in my younger years, I had dealt with financial abuse from a couple different partners actually, and had to start over from scratch a couple of different times, and had young kids at the time. So extremely difficult. And at that point, it kind of set me back financially hugely, where I got really far behind in planning for my future. So working on overcoming that now, but definitely helped me grow and find out how resourceful I can be and how tough I can be as well.
Awesome. Alice, how can people find more about how money works online? What can you give us exactly the addresses online where you can be found?
Yeah, the best place to start would be howmanyworks.com/Alice Moon. And you can also find ways, like lots of information, lots of articles. There's some little quizzes that kind of tell you like how financially literate you are. And then ways to contact me and set up appointments, and my phone number as well.
Alice, please tell our listeners one thing they should absolutely remember about how money works.
Well, it's never too late to start saving, and the best day to start is today.
That's good advice. Well, Alice, we wish you and your business the very best moving forward.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpfortcollins.com. That's gnpfortcollins.com. Or call 970-438-0825.